Yo, what's up, guys? I just got done watching the Bulls get lucky and barely beat the Pistons. In today's video, I'm going to be recapping that game, talking about the Bulls cutting Goran Dragic the other day, and now the Chicago Bulls have an open roster spot, and talking about some free agents that the Bulls might sign, and some more topics and injury updates later in today's video. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also, leave a quick like below today's video. It takes a second and helps me out a lot. And leave some comments and questions below today's video about the Bulls' recent moves and all the updates and topics I'm about to jump into. Also, if you guys want to go to any Bulls games to end this season, or if the Bulls do make the play-in tournament or the playoffs, definitely buy some tickets on SeatGeek. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. If you guys use my code InsideBulls, all caps, you guys will save $20 on your first ticket purchase. So thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video, and thank you guys if you guys do use my code. It obviously helps out the channel. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into this Bulls at Pistons recap. And the Chicago Bulls played 75% of this game, which doesn't surprise me. This has been going on all season long. The Bulls were dominating from the start to the end of the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter starts and the Chicago Bulls blew a 21-point lead, and that doesn't surprise me. This has been going on all season long. I thought, maybe with Patrick Beverley here it wouldn't happen. Thankfully, the Bulls did hold on to the lead and they did win this game. Luckily, to Jaden Ivey calling a timeout when the Pistons didn't have any timeouts left. The Bulls got very lucky. They got bailed out, but at the end of the day, a W is a W. The Chicago Bulls did blow a 20-point lead, but they held on, so I guess that's fine. I mean, it's still not a great look, but at the end of the day, a W is a W. But it is still nice that the Chicago Bulls are now 3-1 since the All-Star break, and I mean, this team is still giving us a few reasons why we should or shouldn't believe in this team, but I guess we will see over these final 20 games. Huge shout out to Zach LaVine. He did drop 41 points. He was on fire all night long. I don't know why the Bulls offense didn't go to him late in the game and why Billy Donovan benched him for so long. I just really don't understand Billy Donovan's rotations, minutes, and lineups at times. The Bulls have now beaten the Pistons 14 straight times, and the Bulls are now the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference, and they are one game back of the Washington Wizards. There's really not much to say. The Bulls played a complete 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter, they just quit trying, it looked like. This has been going on all season long. The Chicago Bulls did get outscored 29-16 in the fourth quarter. I don't know what it is with this Bulls team and just not always being on the gas pedal, or them just completely falling apart in the fourth quarter, but I just want to give a huge shout out to Zach LaVine. He saved us this whole game. He had 41 points in 37 minutes, shot 14 of 20 from the field, 6 of 9 from three-point range. Since the All-Star break, Zach LaVine has been on fire, and he's been super efficient from the floor. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about yesterday's sketchy win over the Pistons. And just the other day, the Bulls did cut Goran Dragic, and Casey Johnson did put out this tweet talking about this situation. Let me first off just say, I wish the best to Goran Dragic. I hope he does sign with a contender, but I think it was pretty obvious. He started off this season pretty well, but as the season got going, he dealt with a few lingering injuries here and there, and I think it's pretty obvious. You can tell that this man is 35 or 36 years old, and Casey Johnson did report saying that the Chicago Bulls and Dragic did part ways. It was a mutual decision, and this has been in the works since the addition of Pat Bev. That also doesn't surprise me, and the Bulls did cut him before March 1st, which allows Goran Dragic the chance to sign with another NBA team and be playoff eligible. The Chicago Bulls now have an open roster spot, but they're also close to the tax, and given how cheap this Bulls team has been for years now, I'm going to be real, I don't see this Bulls team signing a free agent. I do hope I'm wrong, because I feel like another free agent like Pat Bev won't hurt this roster, but I saw a bunch of Bulls fans responding to this tweet of Casey Johnson saying the Bulls should sign Carmelo Anthony or other free agents. So definitely leave some comments below today's video who you guys would want the Bulls to sign if they do decide to sign someone with their open roster spot. I would love Carmelo Anthony on this team, but this isn't 2K. It's not that easy. Melo hasn't played this whole season. I can't believe he's not on an NBA roster. Melo is 38 years old. He last played in 2021 for the Lakers, and he came off the bench for the Lakers, and he played pretty well. In about 26 minutes, he did average 13 points per game, shooting 44% from the field and 38% from three-point range. range and also averaged 4 rebounds. I would love Melo on this team, but I just don't believe it's realistic. He hasn't played this whole season. I do believe he'd help out the Bulls' three-point shooting and rebounding issues. Also, Billy Donovan did coach Melo on the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think it made sense, but I just don't see it happening, which I hate to say. And also, just the other day, pregame, Billy Donovan did say he's unsure if the Bulls front office does plan to sign another free agent to this roster, which, like I have said, I just don't see it happening. This Bulls team has been too cheap, and there's honestly not that many good free agents out there. I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge is a free agent. DeMarcus Cousins, I know Bulls fans have wanted the Bulls to sign him for a while. Serge Ibaka's out there. Hassan Whiteside, Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza. There's really just not that many names. I don't know. I don't see the Bulls adding any of these guys, and I really don't see any of these guys helping that much. And the final topic I wanted to talk about is just a quick little update on Patrick Williams. You know, he did sprain his ankle the other day, and obviously he did play yesterday versus the Pistons. Billy Donovan said it was a bit sore after the normal in-game adrenaline did wear off, but not enough to impact his play. Obviously, he did play yesterday versus the Pistons, and in 28 minutes, he did have 11 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 1 from three-point range, 2 rebounds, and 2 blocks. I still see a lot of unnecessary Patrick Williams hate on Twitter, and I don't understand that. This guy has been a professional. He's been starting some games, coming off the bench. He has been all over the place. And let's be real, this is really his only second year in the NBA. And even though some of his numbers and stats might not jump off the page, I think it's obvious Patrick Williams has gotten better game by game this season for the Chicago Bulls. I loved how active he was yesterday versus the Pistons, especially on both sides of the court. It's always exciting to see when he plays like this, and when he does try to dunk on someone or block someone, or when he's flashing that greatness or just good plays and activity. He also is looking much more comfortable on the floor, and he just knows his role. I really like Patrick Williams. I feel like he's improved a lot this season, even though his stats and numbers aren't jumping off the page. So even though this season has not been how I'd say most Bulls fans wanted and expected it to go, I still think, and I'm happy to say, that Patrick Williams has been one of the few bright spots for this current Chicago Bulls team. I'm excited to see how he develops in his off-season workouts. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that whole situation. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about yesterday's win over the Pistons. The Bulls once again blowing another 20+ point lead. Even though the Bulls did get lucky, they held on to the lead and won the game. Also leave some comments below today's video about the Bulls cutting Dragic. The Bulls are definitely going to miss out on his locker room presence and just the vet presence that he did bring. But no matter what, definitely leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video about all the topics, news, and updates I talked about and broke down. If you guys expect the Bulls to sign a player with them cutting Goran Dragic, like I did say, I really don't expect them to. I'd honestly be shocked, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that whole situation. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.